because I think that y'all just touched on a really good topic. It's over here on my sheet of paper. We kind of skip it around, but I definitely want to touch on this one because we're talking about healthcare and we're talking about the numbers, right? The money that's associated with what they pay healthcare professionals. I actually sat in a room with CEOs from Piedmont and the other local hospitals not too long ago. It's about a month or two ago. And one of the biggest issues is that across the 72 proficiencies within healthcare right now, they're short in all specialties. And they were trying to figure out, how do we incentivize having these shortages across? How do we incentivize high school students to want to get involved in these healthcare professions? Now, wait a minute, because this is not just healthcare. It's in every tech, well, not every tech, but most of our tech positions, not just healthcare, cyber, all that. We have huge shortages. So I want to go back to y'all with this question. How do we incentivize this? Because workforce development is a huge thing, right? Like, you got to be able to motivate the workforce by training them, giving them skills that are actually marketable, right? So that they can actually, pay off those student loans and all that great stuff. So question being is, in y'all mind, one, is it where it should be? I'm guessing the answer is no. But then two, how do you fix it? In your mind, how would you fix healthcare?
Pay attention. You got to really pay attention to what's coming up around you, right? In every city. Like, I like to travel, right? I like to just go in cities and just pay attention, right? You pay attention in Augusta. How many urgent cares do you see popping up in the last 3 to 5 years? What you talking about a shortage? Right? These urgent cares are popping up all over the place, like liquor stores and churches, right? So you telling me there's a shortage, but the urgent care keep popping up. There's money to be made in that industry, right?
Yes.
So I got a partner of mine that manages these urgent care clinics. He worked for some firm, but all on the East Coast, where his role is putting these nurse practitioners in these urgent cares. They're popping up. I talked to a nurse practitioner. I'm like, hey, so why is it? How are these things just popping up? Like, they got them over by a Target in the plaza. I'm like, you walk right by, it's urgent care right there. Then on the corner down the street from there, there's another urgent care. Up the street, there's another urgent care. Around the corner, there's another urgent care. You understand what I'm saying? But you said there's a shortage. It don't sound like a shortage to me. It sounds like they're making a lot of money, but they don't want to pay these.
So I think that's a huge part of it. But when they say there's a shortage, we're talking about just like cyber right now, right? The city of Augusta got hacked, right? What they're saying is Augusta should have cyber certified people in each one of their businesses, within their banks, within all these places within the government, but we don't have them, right? So it's the same thing. But that's what I'm just saying. Like, so, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. When they say shortages, right? Like this hospital at full capacity, right? They're MTO, right? They should be able to have these people in order to provide these services. So when they look across, they're saying, hey, we're short this many of this. We're short this many because in a perfect world, this will be fully staffed. Does that make sense?
You can't call it a shortage if you popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
To me, it's a system they're trying to put you in through so that you can be certified. So now who makes money off of that? The school system makes money off of that.
Yeah.
Because now you're trying to get certified, you're trying to get educated, you're trying to do all of that. So it's a system that, hey, I'm going to put you through the same, I'm going to force you, I'm going to try to get you, because no different than SAC. We got a SAC center here, right? On Fort Gordon and downtown. On some like multi-million-dollar property, right? And yeah, Augusta got hacked. They're not leveraging the things that they already invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they here, we're here. They're cyber professionals. We met them today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, today, just walking in the parade, they're here. They can't get the job because they don't want to pay them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to employ them. You got to pay them. Then you'll see where, and then you got to hire within local.
Yeah.
Like, Augusta should have never been hacked. You got it's supposed to be all over cyber right now, right?
Right.
You got all these cyber professionals here, but you're not hiring them.
So we're not training our own, basically what you're saying. So we have all these resources within the community where we could, like you said, Fort Gordon is right here. Gate 5 is literally, we could throw a rock and hit Gate 5 of Fort Eisenhower. Fort Eisenhower. We specialize in cyber here on this post, where right now we have a lack of trainers or instructors within Richmond County and actually all the counties within the 12th congressional district. So we could utilize some of the Fort Gordon soldiers to possibly come out, even National Guard, because that's a state asset, right? The National Guard, when they're not working under orders for the federal government, the governor of Georgia could say, hey, I have these cyber professionals I need for you to go out and be instructors. So you're saying if we were able to do something like that, we would be able to grow our own workforce. And probably the same thing in healthcare, right? Like in healthcare, I mean, this is the Eastern healthcare region, right? The Eastern region for healthcare in Georgia. So I mean, you have the professionals here.
I haven't heard of a shortage in MCG, the college.
Yeah.
Down the college, you see students down there. They growing, right?
Well.
That whole facility is growing.
Well.
And they own their own. So if you go to their school up the hill and you in a program, of course you'll get a job at MCG or whatever was their name now? AU, because they don't hire outside of that. Now you have to know somebody to get hired if you're on the outside. And so the training school students can't get in, or if they do get in, it's so rigorous because they didn't go to AU.
Damn.
Now they know somebody.
You gotta. It's just the system and paying attention to it. Like they feed you as it's a short amount. All finna make more money off you because people trying to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying first favor people that's in there, then hire people that's already in there.
Especially in the hospital. If you in the hospital and that hospital is underpaying, nobody's actually want to stay there.
Yeah.
That's coming from somebody. It worked them out in the enemies left one. And when I tell you that hospital is so understaffed because you treat your employees like crap, you love them to work more days for less money, cutting pay, like, they took away 401k last year, didn't they? Yes, yeah.
And
A lot of these hospitals getting understaffed because these urgent cares is popping up. Who you think all these urgent cares? Some doctors, one old doctors, and hospitals. They leave in the hospital and say, you know what? I'm finna go privatize. Now I'm finna get direct money from the insurance provider. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you know it's a problem though when you got nurses that been there for 30 plus years, they not ready to retire, but like, oh no, it's time for them to go.
yeah.
So
all these major hospitals, don't they own the urgent cares around?
No, those are privatized.
Okay. Because I be seeing, Piedmont,
They
you
buy
got
them up now.
AU,
They
you
buy
got
them
them
up. Yeah, they buy them up.
Because I be seeing their students, like they like to throw their students up in there too. That's where they pretty much get their lab work and all that. Exactly.
yeah.
So all that-
So they fund them out there now. They buy them up. Like say you start one. Now, we got one. So the hospital round like, okay, let's buy this up. Now I'm finna buy you out. Now I bought you out because they see that's the new way.
Because as a matter of fact, it's not AU anymore, it's Wellstar.
So let me
That's new.
When it comes down to like them the only school that actually have in the bus that has a nursing program.
Right.
I went to Payne. Payne didn't even have a nursing program. He had a biology program and chemistry. So I majored in biology with a minor in chemistry. And I wish they would have had it. You can go there and get a nursing, but you would have to take an extra step. You would have to go to nursing school after that. So after me doing 4 years and, after that going to a nursing program and you just do your 2 and then go into the nursing program to finish up your last. And they give you all the connects that you need. But one thing about Payne, though, Payne is a private school. I believe if they would have went public, then they would have got all the grants and stuff that they need in order to open a nursing school for them. And would have had the same opportunity that AU did. But that's just my opinion. But AU, if you in there, you in there.
Yeah. So David made a comment earlier, going back to I think we talked about where something might be a hustle. So I had the conversation with a number of healthcare professionals here local to Columbia County and Richmond County, and I asked them about Medicare for All, right? And everyone, if you're familiar with Medicare for All, that's basically saying, like And no matter if you're an American citizen, you should be able to go to the hospital, right, and get that care. It shouldn't, be on you to figure out, insurance and all that. Everybody has insurance at that point in time, right? But I think somebody said that healthcare, is a hustle, right? You got to get paid, right? Education, kind of the same thing, right? I think that's what we were talking about. Education, you feel like there's a hustle to it, and that's why people have to go to college, right? Like you're trying to push people to that. I guess my question becomes, from a citizen standpoint, when you start talking about how tax dollars are being spent, would you want tax dollars to be spent so that education was free, healthcare free? Is that y'all like-minded with that, or do y'all believe in the capitalist way of we're currently doing, where you pay for everything, right? You pay for play, right? Education-wise, you pay for the knowledge, the higher you get, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it should, at a minimum, we should have some type of free trade system. What I'm talking about, trading skills, like you learn trade skills. Some type of system like that, whether it's flooring, roofing, sheetrock, electrician, at a basic level, electrician. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that people can get those. I think they're cutting out crime.
Yeah.
Now you have no excuse. You say you can't learn this skill so that you can go out and make money on your own.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about as far as a free skills program where they learn skills where you can work on your own, not just necessarily working for an institution.
Yeah.
Education is more of an institutional thing where I'm going to get this degree. Now you can go to this corporate company, right? It's supposed to be marketed towards corporation, right? But now, like, people still with master degrees and all of that, so still have a hard time trying to get a job, right?
Yeah.
You got to really tie it to a hard skill, something tangible, like something you would do for me. Whether it's, it can be anything, data analyst, right?
Right.
Something tangible, but yeah, I think there should be something free. Countries across the world, especially in Europe, they have some type of free educational or trade skill system.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, go ahead, Will.
Shouldn't have to wait till, we get in trouble for us to get some type of free, free stuff. I mean, we go to prison, then they want to teach you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Want to give you this trade, give you that. If you could do it in prison, it could be out here in the world too. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It should be free trade. It makes sense.
Why can't in the high school system? There's multiple schools in the high school system. In multiple different areas. Why can't there be some type of way where there's some type of central bus area, and in a certain area you can decide this school over there is teaching shop mechanics, this, that, and the third. This school, like I said, I'm with you, man. That was a signal soldier, years. This school over here is teaching cyber or IT, and this school over here is teaching medical. And then at a certain age, because I think too, having been in those areas, kids move. My son went through it right now. Moving schools from Texas, a history class, literally a history class. In this state, it was world history. But over here, you need to teach this history. But because he didn't have this history, it didn't count. So he had to go back. That credit didn't count. So he had to go back and do this 9th grade class as a junior because he wouldn't be able to graduate because of that. That's that makes no sense. So I'm with you with that. Like, at some point when they're juniors or seniors, why can't they decide not every student isn't going to go to college? But if you got a kid that knows he's good with his hands, that's a good carpenter or a good electrician or all that, why can't there be a school in there that's geared towards that, to where they can go and get that training and focus? And then, like you said, if they're graduating now out of high school with associate's degrees, or they're graduating out with a trade certification, now they can come out and actually be useful at that, instead of now going racking up thousands of dollars in financial aid that they now have to pay back again because they had to go get this in order to meet the certain.
They do have that.
Yeah, they got a couple.
They got those in the custom.
Yeah.
One is next to the bus transportation. I can't or something like that. Yes, and it's another one.
oceaness.